T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
On the planet. Happy Impact Day, y'all. It's been so much going on. Jesus, so much news. So many different things involving Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling was actually trending yesterday. Top 5, I think. So, hey, how are you feeling after tonight's episode? We're in a new era of new champs.
It was a really nice night.
Yeah.
I would have to say. My people, they won. You know what I'm saying? I got to see them and stuff. And this episode was okay. We're, of course, a lot of people's focus is on, tomorrow, basically, with the big surprises and things like that, and everybody getting their Impact Plus Insiders subscriptions and buying their tickets for Chicago and everything like that, coming over to be a part of the Impact Zone, and fucking up the terminologies and shit. But you know what? It is what it is, because when you've been in Impact, you know what's going on, Shout out to all the newbies.
And we welcome with open arms. Listen, I was a newbie at one point, so I'll just leave it at that. But I will say tonight was very, there were some things that happened that weren't announced, obviously.
Yeah.
But let's just get right into it. BTI, of course, brought us a very interesting match between Kenny King and Channing Decker. Not a bad match. But Kenny King gets the victory. But of course, this is Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet, and we got to get to the women. Now, Masha and Jordynne are very familiar in the ring and have quite the history. Of course, Jordynne Grace has defeated Masha Slamovich, defending her championship against Masha Slamovich twice. And Masha is your current, from my understanding, still the GCW World Champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
don't know what it is. Jordynne can't beat Deonna, and Masha can't beat Jordynne. And I really thought something was going to change tonight, but it didn't. But the quality of this match was phenomenal. They really killed it. Jordynne, man. Like, she was really dogging Masha. Like, I'm talking about I don't know, Masha. I don't know what's next for Masha Slamovich. It's very interesting.
I don't know exactly what or who's next for her. But I mean, yeah, Jordynne, she does come out with the victory in a very back and forth roll up pinning situation between those two. I mean, it went for a minute. I felt like I was out of breath.
Yeah,
watching them do that. But Nonetheless, Jordynne did pick up the victory, and this is like, damn, Masha, this shot like, yo, what y'all third match that y'all have had with each other, and you just can't seem to get it,
Mhm.
with Jordynne, like we had really really high hopes for you, when you had your undefeated streak going on. When they got broken, you just kind of been on a downfall. I mean, yes, you have your opportunities once again, but you constantly just keep losing. And I just think that you're going against opponents that don't plan on losing anytime soon.
And they have. I talked about this in the recap. They have both been losing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Masha losing before Multiverse and at Multiverse, Jordynne losing her opportunity
Mm-hmm.
at Multiverse and well, not at Multiverse, but more so Rebellion,
Yeah.
not facing Mickie James and then turning around and not,
Mm-hmm.
getting not defeating Deonna, and then Jordynne loses at Hard to Kill. So both of them have kind of been in the same opposition when it comes to losses. And what was funny is that whoever won this match was gonna get one step closer to Deonna Purrazzo. And it's funny that it's Jordynne because there's something about this story that is intriguing. And I think it's very fun. It's very coincidental that Jordynne can always win herself to get to Deonna, but can never defeat Deonna. So
I mean, it's kind of like when you think about with Masha, like she
yeah.
went through so many different people just to get her opportunity, and she lost
Jesus.
to both Jordynne and she lost to Mickie.
Yes. And then we get to the return, obviously, of Nick Aldis. Wait, that was Nick, right?
That's Nick. It was just like a big video package,
Yes, that was that was the video package. Really nice too. Very nice. It's funny that Mickie, now that Mickie is absent, we have Nick Aldis.
Now, where was you when Bully Ray was slapping her down?
The world may never know.
No, I got questions.
Macklin comes out as he should, as he is our Impact World Champion, well deserved. That title looks so different on him, in my opinion, than it did on Josh. But then he calls out PCO, and PCO is shortly attacked by Mr. Champagne seeing himself and Shira.
A beverage and a curtain hanger.
A beverage and a curtain hanger at Centena.
I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, I know you weren't but much of a fan of.
I didn't understand why they were helping, like, or why were like did like Macklin, like, did they pay Macklin to take out PCO for him or something, or like what?
Well, like Macklin was like, nah, this ain't got nothing to do with me.
Like, I'm just like, what was the, like, why are y'all out here? Like, what's the purpose? Like, are y'all tired of being on BTI or something? So you decide you want to make your rounds over here? Like, come on now.
But is she stupid or is she dumb? Because I think she might be both.
They're definitely both, I would have to say. But I don't know. Shouldn't have brought your ass out. You should stay in the back and collect some coins somewhere else.
And there it is. But of course, PCO does get the victory here, gearing up for his match against Steve Macklin that will take place at Under Siege. And then
the crowd,
girl.
I mean the COVID.
Air, water, fire, earth.
These are all the things that this avatar.
Like, come on, come on. After what I saw, though, I will never deny the power of what they did because, baby, Taylor Wilde was going crazy. We'll get to that a little later. And then, of course, we see Johnny Swinger. Now, it's really Ziggy Dice comes up with this very elaborate plan to use L. What's
Don't
his
even
name?
ask me. Don't
L.
don't
Denig L.
don't even ask me because honestly, truly,
Denigro?
I know it started with a D. I think it was like DIG
N
something.
E
I don't know, but
something.
whatever it was.
But whoever it was, yes. It was unfortunately Mr. Ziggy Dice. And Johnny Swinger gets the victory, but it doesn't really count. What's very cool about this is we have an interview with Johnny Swinger available now on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. Swinger thinks he's just really he thought he got one over on everyone. What is she doing here? But that's not how it happens. Swinger, what are you doing? Like, you're still at 0-50. And now he got really upset at Ziggy Dice, and now they're at odds. And so I don't know. It's really sad. And then for some damn reason, Kenny King thinks he's some like godfather walking around trying to help the young talent and whatnot. Like, who asked for a mentor?
I don't know, but it did say that what is his name here?
Sheldon?
Yeah, Sheldon. He's supposed to be being on Impact regularly now.
Yeah, he signed. Well, he's on roster.
Yeah, but they just said that he's supposed to be seen more often now, and be probably is about to be a part of the storyline, and it might just be with Kenny King because Kenny King has nothing else to do.
He has nothing else to do. Shout out to Sheldon. That's great for him, but Kenny King.
Loser.
Go ahead and be with Eddie.
Oh,
all right.
You know what?
All right.
Move on to the alphabet. Here. ABC, the Ace and Bay connection, if you ask me and Tom Hannafin. But if you ask Impact Wrestling Production, it is Ace and Bay Club. So who knows? Maybe they're going by all of them. They take on the design this week and they defend. Well, I thought that they were defending.
It's just
but it was just a whatever. But really great match. Definitely match of the night. I'm not gonna lie. Deonna and Taylor did go crazy. But I'm being biased by not calling it match of the night because I wasn't expecting that. I'm not gonna. And then I know Santino was very upset about this one. Santino Morello gets attacked backstage, and we see Dr. Ross. Everyone,
let me tell you, this is goddamn Grey's Anatomy, Chicago PD type situation going on here. They got damn office and they got knocked the hell down by one of the crazy inmates or whatever, and then Doctor is out here trying to figure out they okay. He told that man to go home.
I don't know.
This is the second time this has happened, but they don't know who the hell did it because the design was out there fighting along with Sammy Callahan, so I think Dirty Dango did it because how you always keep popping up after this done happened? Where were you, sir? Where were you? Because the second time this happened, the first time this happened, you popped up out of nowhere after the fact. Now this is the second time this has happened, and you pop up out of nowhere after the fact. I got my eyes on you.
Wow.
I'm telling you what, Dirty Dango.
I wasn't thinking that. But you might be on something, actually. And then probably one of my favorite moments of the night, we see, and let me tell you something. Rosemary is so damn funny because when Jessica asks where Taya is, Rosemary says she's dealing with her own hell right now. And
you know what that means.
The timing cannot be perfect after the upsetting for me, obviously. And here at Women's Wrestling Talk, we support all women. Taya holds a very close peace here at Women's Wrestling Talk, being a supporter since the beginning. Ty Valkyrie loses to Jade Cargill, but that's not over. We know that's not over.
Oh,
but then we forget. Well, I forgot that Crazy Steve knows who Havoc is, but doesn't know who Jessica is, and Jessica doesn't know who Crazy Steve is. What's going to be very interesting is I'm sure next week we're going to get to the Undead Realm. It's going to be very interesting to see who's going to be there. It's going to be very interesting to see who comes back. We have literally 4 to 5 weeks until Under Siege. This is going to be some good building, some really good building, and this is a good story. And if you haven't checked out Rosemary's biography, her diary, make sure you check that out too. What were you saying?
I think we get Havoc back.
I don't want that.
I know, but
let's get set.
It's a possibility that we have a merged version of Jessica and Havoc.
Oh my God.
Like when she's in the ring, it's Havoc. But when she's outside the ring, it's Jessica.
Okay, that's fair.
Just so I keep it separate. So like when she's in our match, that's all Havoc. But outside the ring, she looks like Jessica. It's like she morphs into somebody and back into her old ways, like her old self. But that's only happens when she's in the ring.
Yeah.
When she's outside the ring, this is what she looks like.
Yeah. Long hair, Havoc, top tier.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. Same with Jordynne too. This match was really good. Sparks, I can't pronounce her first name. Cecilia.
No, call me. I don't know.
But yeah, she took on Jody Threat. Really great match. They had a great showing. Both of them had a great showing. And Jody gains another victory, of course. She might need to watch out for someone like Killer Kelly, who has her eyes set on Masha Slamovich. Of course, that's really going to be very interesting. Let's go back to the Killer Kelly because I wasn't sure if Masha was going to pop up.
Well, this is a little bit of her, like
This is very interesting though, because I feel like you've been on this.
I am for
quite some time.
I mean, I wanted to be a tag, I'm like, and she was like Redheads Unite. I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
but like, I just feel that they both are insane people in the ring. They both hit very hard, and everything like that. Hell, throw Jody Threat in there, put all the redheads together. Kylan King, whenever she get done with the cove and shit, and she can bring her ass over here too, and then we have a faction.
Well, what if Taylor Wilde like runs the redheads?
Hey, listen.
That just.
I mean, listen. They all. Well, I don't know about Jody. She kind of, to me, she's new to me because I'm not familiar with her and her work. I know she's trained up under Josh Alexander. But I can see it definitely in the ring because that German suplex she gave that girl. I mean,
crazy.
That was kind of hard, no lie. Like I thought she was trying to break her damn back or neck or something. But I've been anticipating Killer Kelly and Masha, honestly, truly. Whether they're tag or across the ring from each other, I'm very anticipating, and we will be getting that because their match is scheduled to take place in Chicago. To be exact, they did drop the match cards. I don't have them in here, but I'm pretty sure
some really great matches. I know Laredo Kid and Trey Miguel. We have a tag team match going on that we'll talk about a little later. There's also something else going on with the guys. I know Yuya has a match too.
So they have Masha versus Killer Kelly. That's on Friday. We're getting Jonathan Gresham versus Speedball again. So that's happening on Friday. We got Kenny King and Eddie Edwards versus Detroit Machine Gun Achilles. And we have, of course, the Coven versus, well, we'll get to that later on.
Yeah. Now, let me say something about Mr. Frankie Kazarian. Baby, you were spilling the tea, okay? We had the first part of the interview tonight with Frank Kazarian, and oh, God! Baby.
Oh, he was cooking.
He was cooking. He was talking about him leaving. He was talking about being looked over, being underutilized, not feeling like he was getting that push. The good old boy treatment, honey, baby. They showed Jeff Jarrett. They showed Cody Rhodes tonight, baby. They were cooking.
CM Punk was shown in there.
CM Punk was shown.
They showed videos. They showed Terry.
They did show Terry. They showed Dixie, of course.
Dixie definitely was in there, honey.
Dixie definitely was in there.
In various different ways.
That's going to be our surprise tomorrow. Okay.
I'm telling you, every bitch.
I'm a clap.
That's going to be our surprise, honey. Okay. But no, part 2 will happen next week. But yeah, before we get into our main event, of course, we have a few matches for next week. First off, we have Macklin teaming up with Champagne Singh and Shira, even though he made it seem like he really wasn't messing with them like that. And PCO has to find 2 partners of his choosing. Any quick suggestions?
Maybe those tag partners could be the surprises. You know?
Shit. I don't know.
But I don't know who honestly could decide that they want to tag with.
What would be crazy if it was like Kushida and Kevin Knight? But
I mean, I don't think that's possible. They're kind of like over Japan right now.
Yeah, but that was
too. But they also have another match though. I don't know
when they left. That's the thing.
But there's also another match that they're in. It's like a junior match or something, unless it already happened.
Yeah, but obviously this is pre-tape, so I don't know if they were at the taping before going to. That's what I'm saying. Like this has already been. Some of the stuff that's happening next week
was already recorded.
Yeah, like everything from tonight apparently hasn't happened. But who knows?
Might have been birds.
Unless I have no idea. Unless this is something that they're already they recorded or whatever. But who knows? And then we also have another match between Yuya and Bhupinder. Will team up against Moose and Brian Myers. And then we will have a knockouts match with Alicia Edwards and Jody Threats. Alicia, honey girl, I hope you get the victory. And then there will be a major surprise tomorrow. Lord.
Hope y'all ready for everybody.
Y'all ready, child. I don't know. I'm not ready. But speaking of surprises, before we dive,
CM Punk could show up.
Child, please don't piss me off. Before we get into the main event, we will be back with this brief commercial break.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw Post Show, WOW Post Show, AEW Dynamite Post Show, Women's Wrestling Army Post Show, NXT Post Show, Impact Wrestling Post Show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live Post Show, On the Scroll, ROH Post Show, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Absolutely, this is Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Honey, Deonna Purrazzo, after winning and defeating Jordynne Grace and winning the Knockouts World Championship for the 3rd time in her 3rd reign, her first defense is against the former Knockouts world champion herself, defeating Awesome Kong in 2008, along with being one half of the current Knockouts World Tag Team Championships with Kylan King. Now, let me just say this. Shocked. There were moments where Wilde was literally manhandling Deonna Purrazzo in a way that I haven't seen since Willow, when she was doing the Champ Challenge, when she was one of the competitors. And I thought that she was one of the best competitors besides Giselle and Lady Frost. But this match right here, it's going to be another one that's slept on, and it's going to be another one that people overlook. And I know there's been a lot of chatter. Of course, I gotta get something real quick. But there's been a lot of chatter with, Impact Wrestling and stuff. And, these women have really been killing it. And of course I had to get this is my very first PWI anything copy cover. 6 of 7 of these women I've been able to interview, and Deonna being one of them. And this match between her and Taylor Wilde really brings up a generational legacy that has been evolved in the Knockouts division, the greatest division, I would say, in the world. And truly amazing to see a lot of these women grow. And this match tonight between Deonna and Taylor Wilde is everything that represents Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling, being a knockout. I mean, people like OGB and people like Awesome Kong and just people like, the beautiful people. Honestly, like, this match had me gasping because of the way that Taylor Wilde was. And it wasn't that I was underestimating her. I just didn't realize how much of a powerhouse she really is. There's been a few stumbles in a few matches with a few miscommunications with some of the other talent. But with Deonna, she was, the hair, pulling of the hair, slinging her, tossing her. Taylor, I love you. You almost made an enemy tonight. But great match. Great lockup. I tweeted that. Great lockup. Just great moveset all around, great presentation, great drama, great story build. Just a very exciting start to a main event. Main event D, of course, the Virtuosa retaining. I am so happy to be here in the new age of the Virtuosa. And I really hope, may she reign as long as she can. Any thoughts on this match before we close out tonight?
I mean, despite the interference of Kylan King being, it was like Deonna was defending her title against 2 people. It was like a handicap match for her, because with Kylan King being out there interfering as much as she could to try to assist Taylor with defeating Deonna, which was obviously not going in her favor or their favor at all. And despite, Taylor losing, Kylan King took it upon herself to actually attack Deonna after the match. And Jordynne comes out to help Deonna. Jordynne, why you keep coming out and helping people who be beating you in your matches? Like, why do you keep coming out? Like, if somebody who beat me for a title opportunity, you think I'm gonna come out there and help them? No, bitch, get your ass beat. Just like you whoop my ass, let them whoop your ass. Like, I'm not coming out there to help you by no means necessary. I was sitting and watch from afar, But obviously, the story between Jordynne and Deonna is not ending anytime soon. And it seems to me like Jordynne still wants that title. She's going to do whatever she can to get that title. But the main thing is more so that Jordynne is she needs to know how she can beat Deonna Purrazzo, because every match for a title wise that they've had, Jordynne has not been successful with. And I don't know if by time, of course they spoke of Mickie James and, wishing her alleged speedy recovery and everything like that. So, like, I don't necessarily know what the outcome is going to be, or what is going to take place between Jordynne and Deonna as Deonna continues to defend her title against other people. I don't know who's next in line or whatever, but I feel like maybe Killer Kelly could be next in line. Honestly, she hasn't necessarily had like a title opportunity. She's been in that match that took place at Hard to Kill, but as far as like actually having a title match, she could be next in line, to be honest. And I think it'd be real nice. But I feel like
it should be Tasha. It should be Tasha, but I feel like they are saying,
like, where's Tasha though? You know, like Tasha. I thought maybe Tasha would have came out and helped. You know, but like she's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like same thing like with Giselle, nowhere to be found, and Savannah and all them. They kind of like, right. Like nowhere to be like found by no means necessary. So
yeah, I don't know. I think that.
Thank you for joining, Special Little Nobodies. Appreciate it. It's your first time here.
Yeah. Welcome. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. This has been our Impact. I was gonna say World Post Show. Our Impact Post Show for this evening, the last one of the month. Next week we have a very special episode. It is my birthday.
It is.
So we'll be doing a very fun pajama night here. Yeah. We're gonna wear our onesies. We're gonna kick back. Who knows? You never know who may pop in. You never know who you may see. I'm gonna be inviting some of my favorite people. So you never know. We'll go live as soon as the show, and we'll give you a full. We'll definitely do a full hour. We'll do 9 to 10. We'll keep it open. Now we may not start at 9 immediately. Probably though. Your recap is out now. It might be late next week. Who knows? Probably not. But yeah, we will be.
What's funny was last year around this time for Nikki's birthday. You know, AEW was transpiring, taking place. Now we moving over to Impact.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing about it was obviously the ROH Women's Championship is being defended by Deonna Purrazzo, defeated by Mercedes Martinez, and that was on my birthday as well. With the black and gold gear. Great time. It was a great time.
It was awesome.
This year I will be at home watching Impact Wrestling. And so I will be here Thursday night. I'm very excited about that. Very great show. And then, of course, you can catch us back here on Sunday. We will be here for Turnbuckle Glam. We will be a little early because of some festivities. Okay? So we'll do that. And then, of course, you can catch Stephanie and Santana tomorrow for Rampage first, SmackDown after. Well,
the draft is tomorrow.
The draft is tomorrow. And then Monday, you'll see me and Santana again together for Monday Night Raw. We have another draft. Fort Worth, Texas is hosting this draft. I will be very excited to see Charlotte Flair be drafted to Monday Night Raw alongside Bianca Belair, so we can get to SummerSlam. Bianca Belair defends that Raw Women's Championship against none other than Charlotte Flair. And we are going to close out the night here at Women's Wrestling Talk. Of course, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.